we're doing a massive book haul. Right now I look a little flushed because I just came from a Pilates class. I've never done Pilates before, but I tried it today, and yeah, I got a lot of books in the mail. I got this package from Book Outlet that I completely forgot about. I ordered like I think over a month ago, and it just got here. And this other subscription box company decided to send me a box, and I'm really thankful, so I'll be sharing that with you guys as well. The rest of the book haul, I'm gonna talk about our Berg book club. I'll read you guys the card that they sent me. So this is a subscription book club book club situation where they sent you get to pick certain books a month. There's a subscription box, and this box comes with 2 book markers. These are the book markers. They're super cute. I'm always down for a new book marker. And then it comes with this card which has some of the books that they're gonna be talking about during the month. And this is what the card says. Dear member, welcome to the second ever month of the Arbor Book Club. For this month we've got 5 titles to discover. They kind of tell you all the titles that they have. And yeah, I'll be linking their website down below. This is not sponsored. I'm just really grateful they decided to send me free books, and I'm here for it. The books that were in the subscription box are the following. This one is called Closer to Okay, and this is by Amy Watson. I have never read a book by this author, so I'm really excited. They're all cover books. So, and look how cute it is without the dust jacket. I'm so excited for this. Christmas pillow over here because I wanted to show in the video. I'm gonna read you guys the description. As usual, you know my book hauls. Description, show you guys the book, and that's kind of how it goes. It's a very impromptu video that I wasn't planning, but I'm trying to film as many videos as possible so I can kind of do Vlogmas this year, so that's what we're going with. So the description of this book says, it's kind of long, so just bear with me. Cal Davis is doing fine. She has her routine after all, ingraining her from years of working as a baker. Wake up, make breakfast, prep the dog, make lunch, work the dog, make dinner, bake dessert, go to bed, wash, rinse, repeat. It's a good routine, comforting, almost enough to help her forget the scars of her wrist, still healing from when she slid a few weeks ago. And she has lost her job at the bakery when she checked herself into an inpatient hospital called Hope House, and then she signed away all her decisions about her life, medical care, well-being, and Dr. Booth, who may or may not be a hack. So yeah, Kyle's doing just fine. So I guess she checked herself into some type of mental health hospital. Except that the new items have been added to her daily to-do list recently. Stared out of her window at the coffee shop named, well, the coffee shop across the street, and its hot owner, Jackson. It's healthy to have an eye candy when you're locked in the psych ward, right? Something low risk to keep yourself distracted. So when Dr. Booth allows Kyle to leave the facility 2 hours a day to go wherever she wants, she decides to up her stakes a little more. Why not visit? Why not see what Jackson's like in person? Turns out that Jackson's a jerk with a heart of gold, a deadly combination that Kyle finds herself drawn to more than she should be. At a time when Dr. Booth delivers a near constant warnings about the dangers of a romantic entanglements, Kyle is pulled further and further into Jackson's orbit. At first, the feeling of being truly taken care of is bliss, like floating on a wave, but at a time when Kyle is barely managing her problems, she finds herself suddenly thrown into a deep end of someone else's. Dr. Booth has been right after all. Falling in love may be the thing that sends Kyle into a backslide she might never be able to crawl out of. Is Jackson too much for her to handle? The slow calm at the cost of sanity. It's a long description, but I mean, now you kind of know what you're getting yourself into. So this cover, it's actually so cute. I'm really excited to read this. Then we've got Etika by Claire Nor. I really like Greek mythology. I remember attempting to get into the Son of Achilles, and I just couldn't do it. I really hope this is different, because I was that kid that read the Iliad and the Odyssey when I was like 10 and 12. So like I'm really into Greek mythology, but I haven't found a fiction book that has gotten me into that as an adult. So I'm really excited for this one. I'll read you guys the description. As from the multi-award-winning author Claire Nor comes a daring remaining that breathes life into an ancient myth that gives voice to the women who stand defiant in a world ruled by ruthless men. It's time for the women of Ithaca to tell their tale. 17 years ago, King Odysseus sailed to a war with Troy, taking with him every man of fighting age from the Isle of Ithaca. None of them has returned. and the women of Ithaca had been left behind to run the kingdom. Penelope was barely into womanhood when she wed Odysseus. Love Penelope's character so freaking much. So, not character, like, you know. I just really like that this book really focuses on her. While he lived, her position was secure, but now, years on, speculations is mounting that her husband is dead and suitors are beginning to knock at her door. No one man strong enough to claim Odysseus' empty throne, not yet, but as everyone waits for the balance of power to tip, Penelope knows that any choice she makes could plunge Ithaca into bloody civil war. I think this is going to be right up my alley, and I cannot wait to read it. And again, thank you so much, Aardvark Book Club, for sending me these books, and yeah, I'll link the website down below so you guys can go and check them out. Now, on to the rest of the book haul. I honestly have so many books to show you guys. If you don't know Book Outlet, you can get a lot of books for like pretty much like a quarter of the price, so it was a really good deal. I got like 6 books, and I felt daring enough to attempt to get another classic. So this is Wuthering Heights by Bronte. This is a really cool edition. I don't know if you guys can even tell from this lighting, but I'm not gonna tell you guys what Wuthering Heights is about. Look it up. It's a classic. It's been around for centuries. So yeah, I'm really excited to get into this. I already started reading it. I'm on page 4. This is gonna take me forever. The font on this is tiny and the writing is so freaking pretentious. It's definitely not up my alley at all. It's taking me forever to get through this, honestly, but I'm really excited to give it a try because I want to get into classics as an adult, and this seems like something I'll enjoy. Next we have Legendborn by Tracy Dion. This is a thick book. It's huge. I didn't realize it was going to be so big. This book is a fantasy book. I'll read you guys the description. I know that the second book came out blood marked, but I'm not gonna get that unless like I really enjoy this, because I have a lot of fantasy series going on right now. I think this is a duology though. It's not a series, but I've heard so many good things about it and I cannot wait to get into it. The description says, after her mother dies in an accident, 16-year-old Bree Matthews wants nothing to do with her family memories or childhood home. A residential program for her bright high schoolers at UNC Chapel Hill seems like the perfect escape, until Bree witnesses a magical attack her very first night on campus. A flying demon feeding on human energy. So this is like, okay, we'll see if I'm into this. A secret society of so-called Legendborn students who hunt the creatures down. And a mysterious teenage mage who calls himself a Merlin and who attempts and fails to wipe Bree's memories of everything she saw. The mage's failures reveals Bree's own unique magic and a buried memory with a hidden connection. The night her mother died, another Merlin was at the hospital. Now that Bree knows there's more to her mother's death than what's on the police report, she'll do whatever it takes to find out the truth, even if that means infiltrating the Legendborn as one of her initiates. So I think this is a YA fantasy book. I think I could get into this. It just seems different, so I'm really excited. I'm obsessed with the cover though. That's one of the most beautiful book covers I've ever seen. I hate that sticker though. I don't really know what that is, but I don't think it's supposed to be there. We've got Today, Tonight, and Tomorrow by Rachel Lynn Solomon. I've heard a lot of good things about this book, and I know they mentioned Harry Styles in it, and I just had to get it just because of that. So yeah, might have been the reason why I got this book. But I'll read you guys the description. It says, today she hates him. It's the last day of senior year. Rowan Roth and Neil McNair have been bitter rivals for all of high school, chasing over test scores, student council elections, and even gym class pull-up contests. Or Rowan, who secretly wants to write romance novels, is anxious about the future. She will love to be her infuriating academic nemesis one last time. Tonight she puts up with him, and when Neil is named valedictorian, Rowan has only one more chance at victory. How? A senior class game that takes them all over Seattle, a farewell tour of the city she loves. But after learning that the group of seniors is out to get them, she and Neil reluctantly decide to team up until they're the last players left, and then they'll destroy each other. As Rowan spends more time with Neil, she realizes he's more just than the awkward linguistics nerd that she spared when for the past 4 years, and perhaps this boy she claims to despise might actually be the boy of her dreams. Tomorrow, she's already fallen for him. So yeah, I don't know if this author has a lot of books out. I'm seeing 3 in the back. This is also a YA romance book. I am excited. I love YA romance books. I've heard that there's a little bit of a cringe scene in this book. Someone said that on BookTok and I can't remember who it was, but I'll read it and see what I think about it. I think this is the type of book that I could potentially get through really fast because the font's actually pretty big. So I'll be reading this. It's a really cool cover, honestly. It's a very unique cover. It's not the typical illustrated cover get nowadays, which I'm a fan of, but sometimes I just like a different cover like this one. And yeah, I'm excited to read this. Got Set on You by Amy Lee. I've heard this is kind of steamy. It's supposed to be a spicy romance. I could be wrong. Correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. But this is what the book description said. A lot about it lately, and that's why I decided to get it, because I've been in a romance kick, so I want to get more romance books. It says, curvy fitness influencer Crystal Shen builds her career by shattering gym stereotypes and mostly ignoring the trolls. After her breakup, she has little stamina left for men. Instead of finding solace in the gym, her place of power and positivity. Enter firefighter Scott Rishi, the smug new gym patron who routinely steals her favorite squat rack. Spark fly as this ultra-competitive foes battle for gym domination, but after a series of escalating jabs, the last thing they expect is to run into each other at their grandparents' engagement party. In the lead-up to their grandparents' wedding, Crystal discovers there's a soft heart under Scott's muscle exterior. Bonding over family, fitness, and cheesy pickup lines, they might just have found their soulmates. I can't get that reference. But when a photo of them goes viral, savage internet trolls put her budding relationship to the ultimate test of strength. Okay, I don't know, by the description it's not necessarily the kind of book that I feel like I'll be into, but I mean, I'm gonna give it a chance because I did purchase it. So about this book, and sometimes I just I see that someone recommended it, I don't really hear much about it, like description wise. I still decide to get it, so I'm gonna give it a chance. But yeah, it looks kind of cute, so we'll give it a chance. Christmas book, this is called 8 Perfect Hours by Leah Lewis. I have not heard one person talk about this book, so I don't know what it's about. But the description is a very short description, finally, because I'm tired of reading. On a snowy evening in January, 30-something Noelle Butterby is on her way back from an event at her old college when disaster strikes. With a blizzard closing off the road, she finds herself stranded alone in her car without food, drink, or even worse, a working charger for her phone. All seems lost until handsome Sam Atwood, also strapped in a nearby car, knocks on her window and offers assistance. After 8 perfect hours together, morning arrives and the road's finally clear. The two strangers part, positive they'll never see each other again, but fate has something else in mind, and the two keep serendipitously, I don't know how you say that word, bumping into each other. They begin to realize that perhaps or truly it's not such a thing as coincidence. That sounds kind of cute. I could get into that. Actually read the Christmas books that I already purchased. And then this book has been intriguing me for so long. This is Pack Up the Moon by Kristen Higgins. This is a novel. I think it's a YA book. I could be wrong. I've heard this book's really sad, and I'll tell you guys why I picked up another sad book. I recently filmed a video where I read all of Sarah Crowley's, like not all of them, but 3 of Sarah Crowley's 5-star reads, and 2 of them were like really sad books, and I didn't think sad books was like a genre or a subgenre of books that I was gonna get into, but it really hits the spot, honestly, and I really like them. So I was like, I need another book kind of like that. I read If It Had Been With Me and Darling Venom for the video, and I'm saying this is similar to that, but this is supposed to be a sad book. So I'm gonna read you guys the description, and yeah, and then this is the last book that I have. Joshua and Lauren are the perfect couple. Newly married, they're wildly in love, each on a successful and rewarding career path. Then Lauren is diagnosed with a terminal illness. Oh great. As Lauren's disease progresses, Joshua struggles to make the most of the time he has left with his wife, and has to come to terms with a future without the only woman he's ever loved. He's so consumed with finding a way to avoid the inevitable ending that he never imagines his life after Lauren. But Lauren has a plan to keep her husband moving forward. A plan hidden in the letters she leaves him. In those letters, one for every month in the year after her death, Lauren leads Joshua on a journey through pain, anger, and denial. It's a journey that will take Joshua from his attempt at a dinner party for family and friends to getting rid of their bed, from a visit to a psychic medium to a kiss with a woman who isn't Lauren. As the script makes room for laughter and new relationships, Joshua learns Lauren's most valuable lesson: the path to happiness doesn't follow a straight line. So yeah, I didn't know it was gonna be about that. I thought it was gonna be about YA romance. Once again, I buy a book that I don't know anything about. I just knew it was gonna be sad, so I'm glad I got it. That brings us to the end of today's video. I love book hauls. I hope you guys enjoy this. I know it's not for everybody and you guys don't always like when I read the back of the book, but yeah, that's kind of what this book hauls look like for me. So if you're interested in any of these books, go for it. I'm not necessarily recommending any of these to you because I haven't read them, but I'm to get into these. Make sure to subscribe button if you are watching this video, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Bye guys.